Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF, bringing you episode 1 of a new Let's Try. We are playing a blast from the past, guys. This is a game and series that I have not personally played. My good buddy Christian C., who you may have heard of from my mentions of him on the channel at times, on his YouTube, he did a Let's Try of King's Bounty: The Legend, and I ended up watching that at the time, and it seemed very fun, and the game was awesome. So, I don't know, it kind of called to me today. I wasn't really gaming all that much the past day or two, and this game kind of just, I don't know, it called to me. And I loaded it up for about 2 minutes, and instantly said, oh my gosh, this is dope. We're playing this. So something a bit different, blast from the past. This is episode 1 of Let's Try King's Bounty: Crossworlds. Now, what you need to know about Crossworlds is that it's originally, the original campaign was Armored Princess, which is included in Crossworlds. This is an upgraded version, and then there's the upgraded version of the campaign within Crossworlds itself. So that's what we're going to be playing, as well as there's 4 campaigns total in Crossworlds. The original, the updated, and then 2 others that you can play, but we're going to play the updated and have a lot of fun. King's Bounty has been around for a while. Looks like this released in 2010 or so. Old school goodness. And it's a classic strategy RPG by 1C, who make very dope games. Or publish them, I'm not sure which is which, but we're just gonna let it play out here. Go through the motions. The game looks gorgeous in 240 Hz, 1440p, which you can watch this video on if you want. Alright, so we're gonna play Orcs on the March, a massive expansion of the original game world. See, there's the original game, 2 other campaigns. If we go to the original, years pass, and once again the world of Andoria faces a terrible foe. The archdemon Baal has returned to avenge his double defeat. This time he is thoroughly prepared and has chosen the perfect time to strike, for the crown's defender, Bill Gilbert, is busy exploring new worlds, and there is no one to defend the kingdom. The Princess Amelie, now grown into a fine young woman, is sent into the strange world known as Tiana, in search of her mentor, Bill Gilbert, the last hope to save the kingdom of Dariona. So it's very kind of old school campy sort of fantasy, which I am so in the mood for right now. And this expansion here, Orcs on the March. The Orcs are on the warpath. Detachments of green-skinned soldiers have been spotted all throughout Tiana. We can look at the additions to the game. There's 9 new units. This is, of course, from the base game. So counting all the base game units, there's 9 plus. There's 70 new items and sets in this expansion, over 50 new skills and abilities, 13 new spells, the mysterious Wizard's Tower, a network of military academies, 9 new quests, new skills for the hero, and Adrenaline, a unique new feature of the Orcish race. So lots of stuff in this expansion. If we hit options for a second, as I always do, I changed some of these settings. You can see for yourself what they look like. Basically turned everything to ultra as much as I could. And there's even a 3D mode, which requires the blue and red glasses, but everything's maxed out. We're on 1440p. I'm surprised the game let us do that, but you know, for being such an older game, so that is really cool. But let's hit new game. Alright, we get some choices here. The difficulty, I'm just going to play on hard. The hard level is recommended for experienced fans of tactical games. A challenging, skillful enemy will keep you on your toes. So enemy strength is 130%, gold 75%, battle rage 85%, pet dragon's rate of advancement. There's a pet dragon, bruh. How dope is that? 85%. And then we get a choice of class. We could be a warrior, and we'll go through these. A warrior is first and foremost an experienced leader. The warrior's strength lies in her ability to lead a huge army and command troops effectively. From the beginning, the warrior shows enhanced combat skills and can command greater forces. The warrior is also unique in possessing the special skill Bloodthirst. Warriors are capable of developing a substantial army even during the early stages of the game, and continue to develop leadership faster than the other classes. Their skills greatly enhance the combat performance of allied troops, and their mastery of battle rage means better management of their pets. So pets in the game. Then we have Paladin. The Paladin is an intermediate class between Warrior and Mage. In battle, she reinforces her troops with magic and prayers, healing the wounded and resurrecting fallen allies. The Paladin is adept in developing skills of the mind, but may also develop skills in combat and the magical arts. Only the Paladin possesses the skill of resurrection. This class enables allied troops to fight more effectively against the undead and demons, and allows greater control over exotic creatures and armies. It also affords faster development of the hero, whether she chooses to lean more towards either the warrior or the magician characteristics, or to remain a balanced mix between the two. Very cool. And then we have the mage. The mage prefers wisdom and knowledge over brute force. They cannot command huge armies, but make up for this with greater mastery over the magical arts. Mages develop their magical capacities and skills far faster than the other classes. Mages alone can develop and refine their skills in magic to receive an extra skill, higher magic. A variety of spells and skills allows the mage to choose from a range of tactics, to engage directly in aggressive combat against the enemy army, to cast enchantments which strengthen allies or weaken the opposing force, and to destroy the opponent's troops through punishing combat spells. I think we're going to be the Paladin, because this sounds really awesome. You can be sort of like a battle mage type, you know, casting some mage stuff, some warrior stuff, as well as healing and resurrecting. So we can change the name. Well, we can't change Princess Amelie. She's the main character. And she looks a little different in all of these situations. The horse looks a little different, or what's the winged horse? The Pegasus. You know, she looks a little bit different in all of these. I do actually really like the blue look with the blonde hair. Very striking. And we'll leave the nickname the same. Princess Amelie the Fair. We can look at some of these emblems. They're really beautiful emblems. Very cool. Unicorn. But the one I'm going to go with is actually going to be the default one. So quite a nice little selection of them. We'll go with that one. The default. The Pegasus, the blue. I like it. I love it. Let's go. Let's hit next and get into it, guys. If there's any lag in this episode... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. If there's any lag in this episode, rest assured it will be fixed for the next one. So bear with me, guys. We have to redo this really quickly. Okay. Let's go.
Throughout the past decade, peace had reigned in the world of Endoria. A treaty was signed between the humans, elves, and orcs, and a union of equals, led by Mark Leonard the Wise, brought to peaceful resolution all conflicts across the land. The valiant knight, Bill Gilbert, having set Endoria on its happy course, became mentor to the young Princess Amelie, training her in the military arts, and as time passed, the princess grew into a fine young woman, and so Gilbert was called to leave the peaceful shores of Endoria in search of new worlds. But peace was always fragile. The fearsome Archdemon Ball, once banished into the abyss by our famous knight, had meanwhile been undergoing his trials at the gates of hell. As form finally regained, Ball opened a portal into the world of Endoria, and within an instant, countless hordes of demons came pouring through, destroying all that was in their path. The elves and dwarves were first to fall, having but little defense against such an overwhelming force. The loyal troops of King Mark were likewise quickly exhausted, and the battle-weary survivors withdrew to Kronberg to mount a last desperate stand at the gates of the capital. In a few short but terrible hours, catastrophe had brought Endoria to the very brink of annihilation.
So right from the start, some pretty wicked stuff going on. A lot of little details in that picture. in that cutscene if you were paying attention. In a last desperate effort, the king's forces have held the capital from the storm of invading demon troops, but the king has sent a messenger to you, urgently summoning you to the castle. Go to the palace and speak with your father. So here we are. We'll get into what all this stuff means. There'll probably be a tutorial. What is this? Royal Chapel. Can we go in there? You hear a choir of voices singing sacred texts and prayers. Here's a battle mage. Your Highness, forgive me, but I cannot be distracted. Supporting the runes of protection requires my complete concentration. We've got Tregum, the drinking dwarf. Amelie, Your Highness, what is going on then? It's just like it was 10 years ago when the demons flooded into Corridor from all directions. My bird fell to the ground like a stone. My life flashed before my eyes. I thought it was the end. Seems the little dwarf is not in his right mind. Tregum, what are you talking about? Are you alright? I'm still in one piece thanks to our magician. I picked myself up and dusted myself off, but my airship, oh what a sight. As if it had crashed headlong into a wall. Like a wounded bird, it plummeted down, straight from heaven to earth. Ah, what a terrible crash. All I could think of was to flee. How are you feeling? No more shall I rise into the air. It's down to the fleet for me from now on. Let us concentrate on ending the war. Let us drive away the demons. And then I will write a letter to your father begging to be made a bosun. So much for the better. Steering wheel safely in hand. I once piloted an aircraft, and now I will content myself with sailing the seas. But I will survive just as I always have. Could you take me on your dirigible or send for help? Your Highness, look at what lies burning just beyond the city walls. Never again shall my poor, beautiful airship take to the air. All that remains is a massive ball of flame. Everything else... and there was a keg of pilot's ale on board that hadn't even been uncorked. Neutral troop, invincible, other stuff we can't really click. Here's Iron Richard. We can right-click to do that and change the look a little bit. Amelie, what are you doing in this area? You should be within the castle walls, safe and sound. Your father's been seeking you high and low these past hours. I'm not your mentor, but I can still spank you just as well, though you be the princess and a grown woman. Iron Richard, despite being advanced in age, remains one of the best knights of Darien. No wonder your father handed him the marshal's baton. Is father really looking for me? Did you not hear the herald yell out your name? Hurry to the palace before your father grows angry. How do matters stand, Richard? You respond as princess and a soldier with a firm voice? Matters, they stand on shifting sands. Baal's army captures Darien, and we can scarcely hold back the demons, who have trapped our main forces inside the gates of Kronberg. So far, our mages have been able to keep up with the defense, but they cannot hold out forever. I'm afraid we may not last 2 days more, and then... Do you think we have any chance? Yes, Your Highness, the magicians will create a powerful new spell, or your true father, one of the gods of Endoria, will intervene, or we will rejoice as the searcher returns from his journeys, or perhaps Baal will catch cold. You see how many miracles can save us? Unfortunately, our only hope is for miracles. Pray for us, Princess. We must withstand this onslaught at any cost. And what of our allies, the elves, the dwarves? Does no one come to our aid? We do not wish to sow panic, but you, Princess, deserve to know the whole truth. Besides a small group of dwarves, no one has managed to reach us. According to our intelligence reports, the power of the elves and dwarves is completely destroyed, and they are unable to provide us with any military assistance. Therefore, we can rely only on ourselves and wait for a miracle. It is the only thing that can save us. Speaking of my mentor, you too thought about it, Your Highness? Were Bill Gilbert here, he would have shown the accursed Baal the shortest way to the bottom of Demonia. Alas, the magicians have not yet been able to contact him. They do not even know whether he has reached the world of Chiana, or if he is still en route. Okay, that was Iron Richard. Here's a dwelling house. There's nobody here. Knight's Temple. Your Highness, you should not be here. There are many here wounded and sick, and infection spreads easily. Oh, what a great sorrow it is for us that Aaron, blessings upon his soul, has passed into the light. Can I help the wounded in any way? Our priests and healers are doing everything in their power, but it seems that the gods have turned their back on us, and we can only pray. Pray, your majesty, pray like you have never done before. But I should warn you, you are wanted by your father. I think you had better hurry to the palace so as to not rouse the anger of his majesty. Can you tell me anything of the death of Aaron Demian? Only what I have heard. He is in a village near Kronberg, sanctifying the marriage of a captain's daughter, when the demons... Witnesses reported that the good rector destroyed no less than 100 demons before they overwhelmed him. Without its high priest, Aaron's temple may never regain its former strength. I will pray for the wounded. Farewell, Father. And that seems to be everything. Oh, there's a battle mage. Same thing as the other one. That seems to be everything out here. I'll have to turn down the mouse sensitivity a little bit, so let's do that. I don't like when the mini-map rotates, actually. Have it pointing north like a compass, and... Alright, let's head to Kronberg. I think that's all that's out here. Yep. Alright, so we've got Shavarius and King Mark. Shavarius?
Emily, well, finally. Your Highness, the King has been looking for you since morning.
Why would Father be looking for me? Did he say what he wanted?
I think you should speak with with your father, Your Highness.
Do you think we have any chance of defeating Baal?
Yes, Your Highness, I know how to defeat Baal, but you must dare ask me no more. Quickly, speak with your father about the clock of time.
How is it that Baal can make his way here with an entire army and yet take us by surprise?
I wish I knew this. In fact, all the portals leading into Demonia are securely sealed. Perhaps he found a traitor amongst us, or possibly the strength of the Lord of the Sixth House is much greater than we suppose.
How could our magicians have missed the coming invasion of the demons?
If you could see the North Tower, Your Highness, you would see the ruins of what was once our magic academy. I'm afraid that Master Trigius and the sorcerers were quite overwhelmed by Baal's first assault.
Okay, let's talk to King Mark.
My daughter, Amelie, please sit with me. I want to have a serious talk with you.
Why have you called me, Father? Is there any I can do to help end the siege of our city?
Yes, just outside the walls of Kronberg stands Baal's army, and we have nothing with which to oppose them. Tomorrow our magicians will lose their strength, and the demons will storm the castle. Therefore, I make of you 2 requests. I hope you will understand me and will not stand against the royal will.
That will depend on what you ask of me.
First, as a father, I must protect you. Tonight, a dwarven airship arrives. It will bring you to our people in Murok. To our knowledge, this is the only land that has not suffered from the demon invasion. Of course, there are the orcs of Murok to contend with, but we have recently signed a peace treaty with them. With you, we'll fly a platoon of the Royal Guard under orders to protect you.
Thank you, Father, for your concern, but I do hope that Kronberg will stand. We must protect our native home, not escape from it.
Worthy words. I am proud that my daughter has grown so bold and so optimistic. I hope you maintain these qualities no matter what happens in the days ahead. However, this is not open to discussion. You are the only successor to the throne and must be kept safe at all costs. As king, it is my duty to share the fate of the people, to whom I must answer.
And what is your second request?
Remember the clock of time which was left to you by Bill Gilbert when he left for Tiana?
Yes, of course, I have it here with me. I promised to keep it until his return, though I do not understand why he left it with me.
Everything has its meaning, Emily. This was not left to you as a simple toy. This magical clock belongs to the Guardian of Time, who is sealed in Gilbert's chest of rage. These clocks change the pace of time around you. When you feel poorly, time is accelerated that you may quickly recover, and when you are well, time slows down so you can enjoy every second.
It sounds incredible, but how is it that I never noticed before?
We mere mortals are oblivious to such things, but let us now speak of another matter. My chief advisor, Archmage Shavarius, has argued with that the help of this hourglass, one can make some kind of hole in space and perhaps even stop time itself. He promises to go to Bill Gilbert and secure his assistance in overcoming the demons. I'm none too knowledgeable about magical artifacts and do not understand how in a single day one could make such a... but I ask you to hand him the clock of time and prepare yourself for the voyage to Murok. Agreed?
Well, I will certainly talk to Archmage Chevarius. As for sending me to Murok, we'll talk about that later, Father. Quest log updated. We'll get into all that. There's buttons down here and stuff. Chevarius?
Well, you have spoken with your father, your majesty. It surely was not by accident that the Reaper entrusted you with the clock. The god said that he could see through time.
Father asked me to give you the clock of time.
Yes, very good. I require the aid of its magic to return Bill Gilbert to us. He is our final hope.
I have no doubt that he could help us, but how will the clock of time enable you to do this?
Princess, you'll see it with your own eyes. I ask you to follow me, Your Highness.
With these words, he turns and exits the castle. Follow him. We have some items and stuff, some different equipment.
Hurry, my daughter. Talk to Chevarius and he'll instruct you what to do next. If all our plans succeed, it is possible that Darien will be saved.
Very well, Father. Let's just save while we're at it. I guess I can't name the saves. Oh yeah, I can. Nice. Game saved. Is there a quick save? F5? I don't know. We'll have to look. Exit. Alright, there's Archmage Chevarius.
Alright, I am ready. Give me the clock of time, Your Highness, and I will...
Wait. I have a choice here. Wait, can I go with you to Tiana? After all, the clock was left to me, so in a way, is it not my right?
First of all, you're the only daughter of the king and heir to the throne. In the other world, you would quickly become a burden to me. Forgive me, Your Highness, but I cannot take you with me.
Do not forget what I am, the daughter of the gods.
Ah, Princess, seems that the gods have turned away from us.
I will not give you the clock until you explain to me what's going on and what you are doing.
Well, Princess, I can only tell you what I understand. You probably know that before Bill Gilbert left on his latest quest, I spoke with the Guardian of Time from his famous chest. The Guardian explained to me the substance of time. These hourglasses are the souls of the Guardians. Without these receptacles, the Guardian is nothing but an amorphous substance, incapable of existence in our world. When one of the hourglasses overflows, the soul of that Guardian is reborn. Do you understand?
Yes, I think I understand. Please continue.
So, if you break an hourglass, the sand will cascade into our world, bringing with it a cataclysm. A hole between in time and space, a hole which links our world with the world of the Guardian of Time. I intend to pass through this hole and travel to the other world, which must be where Bill Gilbert is currently. I will find him and return him to our world.
And if you do not have enough time to get back?
But that is the key, you see. The Guardian is eternal, his soul timeless. When the sand is cast into our world, the whole of Darien will also stand outside time. There will be an inverse whirlpool effect which freezes time in Andoria, using a magic so strong that its power is beyond that of the wildest dreams of any archmage. But the one who breaks the clock receives a brief reprieve from the effect of the whirlpool on space and time. I will have enough time to search. That is all. Now give me the clock.
What are we waiting for? Let's try. Let's alter space and time. That is, throw the clock of time on the ground.
What are you doing, Princess? I can read the spell, but I cannot use the portal if you...
The mage is caught by surprise. The clock hits the ground and disappears, only to reappear above the mage's head. Chevarius raises his staff, trying to catch the artifact, but he is too late. A strong force pierces the space all around you, and the tips of your fingers sting, as if the threads of a marionette puppet had suddenly been pulled from them. Only, in this case, it is time itself being wrenched away. Do not worry, Archmage. I will go for Bill Gilbert. Read the spell until time stops. She pulled a fast one there. Doom etched on his face, Shavarius shakes his head and plants his staff firmly on the ground. With each second, his movement's slow, yet he stands his ground. A beam of light suddenly flares out from his staff on the spot where, minutes earlier, a fountain flowed. A black hole now forms, wrenching open a magical portal. Everything changes, time collapses into a single moment, trapping everything in a cycle that repeats again and again. Everything, that is, but you. The wizard stands still, only his lips move feverishly, repeating the words that complete the incantation over and over again. Huh. The good dwarf Trigum stares forward with glassy eyes. Every minute he raises a flask to his mouth and takes a sip. You look into the flask. Even after 10 gulps, its contents do not appear to have diminished by a single drop. Oh, this is neat. The wizard moves slowly, as if through water. He mechanically performs his actions again and again, raising his staff to expand the magical shield around the capital. King Richard, or Iron Richard? Iron Richard, the head of the Knight's Order and leader of the army of Darien, is standing perfectly still, but every minute he falters and shifts balance from one foot to the other and corrects his sliding helmet. His eyes are locked on a single point, and his breathing is so slow that it is almost imperceptible. Time for him, and for all of Darien, cycles through the same moment again and again. Huh. Oh wait, let's go in the dwelling house. Just want to check everything, guys, you know. You see the priests tending to the injured who are laid out on benches in the knight's temple, all frozen in an oppressive silence. You can just make out the barely perceptible beating of their hearts. There is one gravely injured man, feebly trying to raise himself up, but his weakened frame falters. He utters a faint cry and falls down dead. Again and again and again, this pitiful scene repeats itself, the unhappy man reliving his own death for eternity. How unbearable. Oh, that's rough. Royal Chapel. Same thing. Can I go back in? The King of Darien, Mark the Wise, has fallen under the power of the clock and is not responding. Again and again, reliving a single minute, he remains suspended, stretched into infinity. That's pretty wild. There's nothing else here for us to grab, so... Do you really want to enter the portal leading to another world? Let's save again. To Bowman. Yeah, let's go. Whoops. Yep. Wow, look how beautiful. Another world, very nearly the same as your own, so this is the place the portal has sent you. It seems that you're in the square of a quiet, sleepy town. The square is quite deserted and all is serene. The silence is suddenly shattered by a loud pop, the sound of the portal closing after you. You'll need to figure out where you are and see if you can find help. Okay, gonna... Light up a smoke here. Here we have Castle of King Frederick. Beautiful cannons. Oh, we can shoot them or something. Oh, they're just red. Oh. Guard.
Stop! Who goes there? None may pass here. I'm under orders not to let anyone through, nor release anyone until the spy is caught.
Can I go through this iron gate? The gate is shut. Okay, looks like we're heading in to see King Frederick.
Welcome, stranger. It was reported to me that you came out of nowhere, right into the main square of my castle. Who are you? And what kind of person is able to enter my castle without passing the guard? Were you sent by Dominion to assassinate me, the true king of Verona, Frederick II?
Your Majesty, I am Princess Amelie, and I've just arrived here from the world of Andoria. I urgently need to find a knight by the name of Bill Gilbert.
What? You come from another world? Andoria? Yes, I think I have heard that name. Interesting. A knight you say you are looking for. Do you mean that you are a princess by blood, and the name of your father, your highness?
My father's name is Mark Leonard, the King of Darien, the kingdom of humans in our world. However, it is said that I am not his natural daughter. Legend has it that the gods sent me to the king in answer to his prayers.
The gods sent you, the daughter of the gods from another world. I wonder. Has the angel told the truth? This is incredible. We have to confirm this. By the gods, where is that box?
The king jumps from the throne, scurries away, and returns shortly, having retrieved a small chest, which he then opens carefully. Inside there lays a wonderful stone of heavenly colors.
Princess, do you know what this is?
No, but its color and shape are most pleasing.
How barbaric! The shape and color of the stone is of no matter. This is the stone of courage, one of the 8 stones of Tiana, keys to divine power. If you are the one foretold by the prophecy of the angel, then you must awaken this stone. Come, lay your hand upon it, child. If you speak the truth, it will come to life and give you its strength. However, if you have lied, then you will simply turn to stone and join the ranks of these unfortunate impostors who have come before you.
The king turns and makes a sweeping gesture, indicating the numerous statues, male and female alike, which currently decorate the throne room. I'm not clear what exactly is at stake here. What is this prophecy of the angel?
We can discuss the rest later, but for now, touch the stone. Were you telling me the truth about your divine origin, or was it a lie?
The young king is clearly quite nervous. Apparently this is a very important issue for him. I have no need to lie, your majesty. I came here from another world, and I really am the daughter of the gods. Touch the stone. As soon as you place your hand on the stone, it lights up with a ghostly glow, before suddenly shattering into a million shining sparks. The sparks flare up, then slowly die down. As they fade, you feel an illuminating power and clarity of thought shining from within.
The incredible stone has accepted you. It has made you its keeper. The prophecy of the angel has come true.
I, the stone's keeper? I do not understand. What just happened, and to where did the stone disappear?
After you have collected all 8 of the stones of Tiana, you will be as the gods, capable of stopping the chaos and ready to fulfill the words of the scriptures. But fear not, I, King Frederick II, will aid you in this quest. I will tell you where the remaining 7 stones are kept, and will help you obtain them. By the gods, this is a great day. The years of waiting are finally behind us. First, I wish to present you with a royal gift. I am sure he will love you, and you will become the best of friends.
Friends with your gift? What does this mean? You're making me dizzy with all of this.
Speak with Captain Bogard, the chief of my guards, and he will explain everything to you. I hope you like surprises. I do not fully understand what to do, but I am sure that in your quest my gift will be of great help to you. You will see. Also, I will give you a list of detailing where and from whom you can collect the other stones of Tiana. The stone of courage you already have, and the stone of hope you can find here on De Beer. Read through the list. Feel free to ask any questions you might have. I decree that you are to be given free access to my lands, and may pass wherever you please under my protection and without delay.
Catch your breath.
Wait, that's not all. I shall also give you access to a military academy. Just show them this paper. I expect that in these difficult times, a little training in the academy might come in handy.
Thank you, your majesty. Stone of the Gods. With this stone, the gods of a strange world acknowledge you and imbue you with a portion of their strength, leadership plus 20. Questlog updated. Okay, so let's start looking at our UI and stuff. Let's check the quest log. Admission to the military. Enter the military academy. King Frederick has granted you permission to enroll in the military academy. You are to deliver the necessary document to the branch academy on De Beer. Preparing for travel. Talk to Captain Bogard. De Beer Island. King Frederick has agreed to provide all necessary assistance for your journey, and Captain Bogard will help you prepare for the trip. The Prophecy Stone of the Gods. Wow. Stone of Hope, located in the Temple of Hope on the island of De Beer. Stone of Joy, located in the Temple of Joy on the island of Uzala. Stone of Sorrow, located in the Temple of Sorrow on the island of Tekron. Stone of Love, located in the Temple of Love between Montero and Verona. Wow, this world must be huge, guys. Awesome. Stone of Wrath, kept by the lizardmen Katahu in Reha. Stone of Knowledge, kept by the magician Zogadis in Elon. Stone of Hate, kept by the usurper Dominion in New Verona. Main quest, collect all 8 stones of the gods and call upon the deities of Tiana. Completed quest, journey to Tiana. The Archdemon Ball, or the Archdemon. I call them Archdemons. Tomato, tomato. Thirsty for revenge, stands at the gates of Kronberg. He must be stopped at any cost and peace restored to Andoria. So that's our quest log. Let's look at our hero panel. Wow. Wow. Lots going on here. Paladin level 1. A warrior of light who prefers the peaceful solution, built in the but in the battle against the undead and demons she has no equal. 78 experience to level 2, I guess. 160 leadership. Determines how many warriors of a given type may be commanded by the hero. More powerful troops require greater leadership. 1 attack. Determines the effectiveness of the hero's attack. If the attack exceeds the target's defense, the target suffers more damage. At maximum, the damage increases to 300%. Defense of 1. Determines the effectiveness of the hero's defense. If the hero's defense exceeds the aggressor's attack, then the damage suffered will decrease accordingly. At max, the hero will take only 1/3 damage. And 2 intellect. Affects damage caused by magic and the power of spells. Each point increases damage by 5%, and every 7 points increases by an additional 15% damage. Every 20 points increase the duration of certain spells by 1 round. I'm just starting to remember some of this. Gold allows you to buy equipment, spells, and hire troops. Rage accumulates during combat and is spent on the activation of your pet dragon skills. Mana, the hero spends mana on spells. Mana can be recovered after combat. There are also items and skills which allow the recovery of mana during combat. Different awards. We'll look at those in a bit. Helmet, weapon, armor dress, boots, regalia, artifact, belt regalia, shield, gloves, regalia. We've got the official papers, permission to use the services of the military academy. A portrait of the knight, a painting of the knight Bill Gilbert, +1 morale of all humans. It's an artifact level 1. Cost 2,000, right mouse click menu. Info. Bill Gilbert, the Great Liberator. An expensive painting in a fine frame, portraying a fine likeness of the hero himself, part of the royal collection of King Mark the Wise. Now, does that give us the +1 morale just for being in there? Oh, there's our spell book. 1 out of 8 scrolls, 10 crystals. Yeah, we put that on. That's our artifact. +1 morale of all humans. Cool. We'll get into this next time. I am starting to remember this a bit. These are the different skill trees. Very awesome stuff. We can actually pick something in mind right now. And basically runes, these are might runes. They're necessary to upgrade your might skills. Warriors receive more might runes when leveling up. These are mind runes. Paladins receive more. And these are magic runes. Mages receive more. Okay, and then I'm not sure what that is. We've got 4 swordsmen, morale positive, 28 peasants out of a possible 32, and 2 out of 3 bowmen. I think we can right-click them. Yeah, and bring up their... or double-click them and it stays. They're level 2. Shows us their attack and defense. Initiative reflects the troop's speed in combat. The higher the initiative, the faster the troop acts, outstripping enemy troops with lower levels of initiative. Speed indicates the number of action points which the creature spends on movement and the use of their abilities. That's interesting that there's initiative and speed. Crit percent, chance of a critical hit, which causes 150% of the creature's max damage. Damage indicates the amount of damage the creature inflicts with its basic attack. The archer's basic attack is the ranged attack. They only inflict half as much damage with their melee attack, so these swordsmen do 4 to 5. And health shows the current health of the creature. When it reaches 0, one soldier in the troop dies. Wow, look at all this stuff. Talent, smashing blow. Attacks the enemy fiercely, inflicting 6 to 10 points of damage, reload 2. And they have abilities: armor, good physical damage resist, cautious. After losing 30% of their ranks, these troops receive a 30% chance of evasion. And favorite enemy. The first enemy to strike this unit will become the favorite enemy of all allied creatures of this type. Damage inflicted upon a troop's favorite enemy is increased by 15%. That's pretty wild. I don't remember ever seeing something like that in an RPG. The first enemy to strike the unit will become the favorite enemy of all allied creatures of this type. Wow. And then we could dismiss. Then we've got peasants. Not very good units. Decent crit chance, 1 to 2 damage, only 6 health. They have Team Spirit. For every 30 peasants in a troop, their attack is increased by 1. The total bonus cannot exceed 10. Favorite enemy, same idea. Grubber inflicts double damage to plants. And 2 bowmen. Wow, really nice attack. Not sure what the parentheses means. Is that their current value? Or maybe that's their base value. Oh, and there's resistance: physical, poison, magic, fire, and astral. I didn't see that. 3 to 4 damage, 34 health. They have flaming arrow. Discharges a flaming arrow, inflicting 4 to 5 points of fire damage and burning the target. Nice. And ice arrow, 3 to 4 points of damage and freezing the target. They have archer ability. The ranged attack is the base attack for this creature, and also have favorite enemy. Pretty wild stuff, guys. They're so full of RPG elements. That's what I love about this thus far. We'll look at our spell book, I guess. 1 second, guys. Just hitting my water bottle. We have 15 mana. The more powerful the spell, the more mana it requires. Magic scroll. Spell cast from a scroll do not expend mana, but the scroll will disappear after it's used. You can also learn the spell, but note that the space available in your spellbook is limited. Magic crystals. These are required for learning spells, for magic scrolls, and for upgrading familiar spells. Neat. We have level 1 healing. Restores the health of a friendly unit or causes damage to the undead. Has no effect on demons. Healing damage 55, takes 3 mana. Bless. While this takes 10 mana. Level 1, causes the target to inflict maximum damage with its base attack. Has no effect on the undead. 2 turns. Scroll of Peacefulness. Decreases the damage dealt by the target's base attacks while increasing its health. So, you can use that on ally or enemy, really, depending on what you're going for. And we can sell the scroll with the right click, but if you want to make someone on your team more tanky but do less damage, you can do that. Or if you want to cut down the damage of an enemy that hits really hard, you could do that as well. Order spells. These are order, distortion, chaos, all combat spells, frequently used spells, and wanderer spells. Wow, this is deep. This is deep. And we will... Let me see how much time we've been playing. I want to see if there is in fact a quick save button. Game save. Let's see. We are 44 minutes in. It flew by. Alright, guys. So, whoops. There we go. Whoop. Alright, so I want to thank you for joining me for this first groundbreaking episode. We are going to get deep into this, guys, and have some fun. I hope you'll join me for this journey. It's going to be great. You can see that. The game is very cool. And, yeah. Be well, live well, stay well, guys. Much love, peace, and joy to all of you. Don't go anywhere. Much more fun to be had. And, peace out from... What was this world called again? The first one was, I don't know. But we'll play more next time. See you then. Peace.